Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video, and this is the start of a batch of reviews for Guillermo, which I may space him out with other people, but I'm on my journey to watch. He sent in a decent amount. Very generous. Thank you, Guillermo. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for your patience and your generosity. If anyone wants to request any type of videos, movie review, re-review, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough, random topics, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it. I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. And then a little bit of toast to me. But anyway, Horror in the High Desert 3 Firewatch. I gotta be careful because for some reason I was thinking of Fire Crotch. I don't know why. Guess just a whole guy in the brain. Just anyway. Now, Horror in the High Desert, I think you can find it on Tubi. You may even be able to find it on YouTube. I liked it. For what it is, I liked it. It was a fake documentary that's like a murder mystery with interviews with reporter and the person's sister and friend or roommate, whatever he was, about this guy named Gary who vanished in Nevada. And it's about who he was, what he was doing, his relationship with his family and friends, what he would do on his vlogs, him disappearing, finding some stuff that was not too great, and just this whole build up to this mystery and what was going on. It was intriguing. I thought it was pretty well acted. There was some really nice aerial shots of Nevada. That was a good looking movie for what it is, for a film shot during the pandemic. And overall I did like it. The second film I thought was a step down. I did not hate the film. I thought they tried to do a bit too much. It was a bit unfocused. It felt like two films in one movie. Because there's this lady named Minerva who died, and then there's this other lady who is a mom who disappeared. Emiliana, I believe is her name. And she's a mother who disappeared. And it's about that stuff, but it's also about this guy that would film these women, like it was his own personal snuff film, and he may be working with these people or whatever in the desert, but you don't really get any answers. You just get a lot more questions. And at the end of the first movie, they said, oh, people are going to venture to where this guy Gary went missing. They don't find this cabin. That was the tease they had. But then they didn't do it in the second film. It just went in all these other directions. I didn't hate the film, but I'm like, okay. It just felt very unfocused. Then we get to this one. This I thought was very disappointing. I didn't hate this film, but I didn't really care for it either. I thought they really screwed the pooch on this one. This was pretty boring. Really nothing happens. It's a big old cut tease. Which I heard the term horror edging. I've never heard this fucking term before. But here's the thing. Edging is good and all, but you have to come. You have to explode. You have to elicit the explicit and let the semen flow in a crack or on someone's back or in the mouth all the way to the back. I don't care where, but you have to let the explosion happen. If you're Joe versus in the volcano in your pants, you need to let it explode, okay? Edging only works when you have the completion, and there's none of that. Instead, it's just blue balls. That's why she would call it Horror in the High Desert, the Blue Balls Edition. It did not further anything with the story. It did not answer any questions. In fact, it just created another question with this really, really, really stupid, goofy, dumb, fucking, I guess, revelation. Because I wouldn't call that a... That's so fucking stupid. And mostly it plays out like the first film. A guy goes missing. We see his vlogs. We're either having a reporter, a officer, PI of sort, and a relative instead of a sister. In the first one, this is a guy's cousin, Manny. Instead of Gary going missing, it's this guy Oster going missing. It's like the same movie as the first, but not nearly as interesting. And again, it didn't give us really ideas. Maybe one new information. People go, wait a minute, I thought you said none. I wanted to say none. I keep wanting to say none because the one thing is so fucking stupid. I want to throw it out in the trash. I'll say that for the... Okay, bear with me. Let me get in the spoilers. Have you seen the first one? You've seen this one. There's your spoilers. Again, I liked the first one. This was filler. This was just pointless filler. Because the director wants to do a part 4 and a part 5. How about you worry about your part fucking 3? Don't worry about part 4 and part 5. At this point, why should I give a fuck about part 4 and 5? The only way I will watch those if it's a paid request. So more than likely it'll be Guillermo, which I'll happily do because I enjoy doing paid requests. I enjoy doing his requests because he sends some films I've never heard of before, and he's really the only one that sends found footage, and found footage is one of those genres that, even though 90% of them suck, they always intrigue me, and the 10% that are good, I think, are really, really good, or intriguing, or interesting. So, I'm always interested when you request stuff, so thank you, Guillermo, if you're watching. Hopefully you are. But Oscar Mendoza, which anytime I think of that, I think of The Simpsons. Mendoza! He's going to Nevada to go find Gary, the guy that went missing in the first movie. We did a recap of the first movie. We did a recap of the second movie, the death of the Lady Minerva, the mom disappearing, this guy filming women like his own personal snuff film, working with whatever the hell's out there. You did no answers with that. You did nothing. No answers, nothing. So your part is like, what the fuck was the point of this movie? So, I forget her name, the female reporter. I don't mind her. She's been in all 3 of these. I kind of wish she was the lead. Like her and make one with her and her reporting crew going off into the desert. And, you know, as a reporter with a film crew and a team to finally get this shit done. Then there's the cousin Manny. This guy was awful. Manny was god-awful. He was wooden. He was blasé. He had no emotion. He had no charisma. He's talking like this. And when he found out that his truck was gone, he goes, I was pissed. He had my... See, I'm burping now. He had my truck. We had a deal. What is going on here? I don't know. Oscar, his grandpa really liked him, and he passed away, and it affected Oscar a lot. I mean, I swear it was like trying to be like, Pedro, vote for Pedro. That was part of the fun, like the gimmick, the joke of Pedro and Napoleon Dynamite. And even he was more charismatic and energetic than this guy. And that's a comedy. This is trying to play it straight. So this guy was awful. Every time he's on screen, I'm like, this is the worst actor in all 3 of these movies. Fucking awful. You find out Gary's sister was hospitalized. I don't even know why this scene is in there. It's almost as if the director saw the reviews of the first film and how some people said, man, that lady seemed like a bitch and blah blah blah, you know, because of the way she treated her brother. So it seemed like he put that into the movie. So this fictitious version, what you say means a lot on social media. Is that, what the fuck? Why was this in the movie? It, like, This is the one scene with the sister, and then you never see her again. I don't know why the fuck he was in the movie in the first place. I really don't. It didn't add anything. Then we talked to this girl who was in the second film, this girl named Dolly, where she tells a story about her and her sister when they were kids and the parents being protective of them to keep them inside, and how people in town will look at them as if they were crazy. This motorcycle guy, which this is one of the few scenes I didn't mind, because I like the idea of seeing the POV of a motorcycle. I guess he was wearing, I guess his helmet had a camera or something. But I like the point of view of the motorcycle. It was nighttime, nice landscape. He says he saw something, stops, follows the sound, goes to this cave, sees a figure, goes in. The cave's really shallow and there's nobody there. And he goes, well, there's no way someone could have escaped. So how the hell, where the hell did he go, this figure? That's, I guess, a clue to what you find out at the end. But that's one of the few scenes that I didn't mind. Just because, again, I didn't mind the actor play the motorcycle guy. I thought he was very, like, calm, collected. Let's say I liked the motorcycle camera. Or he's a motorcycle guy and motorcycle's down on the camera. But anyway, I didn't mind that scene for what it was. Then we go back to Oscar. That guy, the lead, I didn't mind him. I thought when he was on screen, he had a decent presence to him. He did a good job acting. At times, I kind of wish the movie focused even more on him, meaning, like, for chunks of the bits, I don't know, I guess you just say we see enough of him, but I don't know. Sometimes people are talking about him and it's like, I kind of wish he was saying this stuff on camera himself. Like, the first time in a long time, remember what it feels like to live in space. Oh. First time in a long time, I finally remember what it feels like to live in a space that's not in my head. Because he's a guy who's experienced depression and alcoholism, and this is his way of escape and to try to do something with his life. I kind of wish we heard more of that from him talking in a camera. More, whether confessional types or more of him himself saying this instead of other people saying this with journals they find or other stuff that they say to the camera. But he does come off as a likable guy. Then there's a lot of kind of this build-up of where is this guy, where was Gary at, wait a minute, we heard this horn and this footage that Gary had, so it must mean he's here and by this train, so what if I ride the train and where does it go, and there's this town named Edna, and then you have these voices of these conductors that are heavily altered voices, like just to hide their identity, talking about how they went through this mine and that there were people there and they didn't move like people. Cut to Oscar after, we've had scenes of him camping out, starting a fire. This one point, checking out a place, hearing this kind of ding, ting, ding sound, which didn't lead to anything. He just kept hearing it. Eventually he rides the train a bit, finds the entrance to his mine, goes through the mine a bit, and then goes through like a building or two. He hears some noises. He's in a hallway. He's taking pictures. Ting, ting, like a flash photography. And then the reveal. It's a fucking tree. It's a fucking tree. A bush. This is your special bush? You have a bond with this bush? This is a special bush? Maybe that's why I was thinking fire crotch. Maybe, if this was on a woman, I'd be scared. 10-foot tall woman had this bush, I'd be scared. I'd enter and never come back. I may like pussy, but not that much. But then you hear that Oster was found. He went back to Mexico or whatever. He's not ready to talk, but he gave something for the reporter to read about blah, blah, blah. No one there is safe. And they don't always look like people. So I guess, just like that motorcycle guy couldn't find anyone in the cave, I guess they could look like fucking trees. They look like bushes. I don't know. Can they look like someone's nuts? Can they look like this bottle? Can they look like this can? Can they look like my ass? What else can they look like? My piss on a puddle on the ground? Are they manimal? Can they look like any animal? Are they anamorph? Dude, can they look like a lion, a tiger, a bear? Oh my. Look like a bird? Or this bird? Or the bird down there? I don't fucking care. This is fucking stupid. It's fucking dumb now. You took what was an interesting mystery of some weird mountain mutant man, possibly, in the first film. You say nothing, explain nothing about the weird fucking guy filming women in the second film. And now they're maybe shapeshifters that could look like a fucking tree or a fucking bush or whatever. This is fucking stupid now. It's fucking dumb. You lost me on this. You lost me on this. All this buildup of nothing happening, barely any attempts at horror, not much of a mystery, just going through the same shit that the first film did. Guy goes out, looks around, oh, there's a train, woo woo. Searches, stiff in the woods at the end. Here it's in a mine and then in a building. And there you saw an actual thing. Here you see a fucking plant. And it didn't answer anything. It didn't offer anything. It didn't add... I keep saying, I guess it did add something. But not what I fucking... I keep saying it didn't add anything. Obviously it did at the end. There may be shapeshifters or whatever the fuck it was. How about shapeshifted to a band-aid? Or can they shapeshift to a fucking phone? Can they shapeshift to a vibrator? If so, stick it in my ass and maybe I'd get some pleasure out of this. Because that'd be the only pleasure I got out of this. I did credit to the guy who played Oster. He did the best he could. I like the reporter lady that's in all three. I think she does a fine enough job. But there's not much attempts at scares in this movie. The mystery isn't interesting because it's just trying to be this first fucking movie all over again. I mean, this was pointless. This was so fucking pointless. And then they bring up shit that they don't even follow through. At the beginning of the film, they mention, oh, Jerry had a secret. Okay, what is it? Oh, he went through private property. So he was on property he wasn't supposed to be. That's his big that was his big secret. I mean, I figured that in the first fucking movie that he was where he wasn't supposed to fucking be. Like, he has a secret. I'm like, what? That was your secret? Not much of a secret. Or the conductor, oh yeah, there was this place that was a church. We didn't see any fucking church. Oh, I'm sorry, that'll be for part 4 and part 5 and part... This did not need to be a fucking 5-part franchise. It really didn't. What if you had... You could put into a second film, put all your eggs in the basket, and follow through on it. This is just bullshit. And it's not like these are not the most popular films. I mean, they get like a 5.4 or 5.3 in IMDb. That's like all three of them. 5.4 or 5.3. But I guess they did watch enough that this guy was able to secure 4 and 5. But is anyone going to give a shit? Like, after this movie, are a lot of people really don't give a fuck? Great. We get to see more trees. Is it the tree from Poltergeist? Is it the tree from Evil Dead? Right between a woman's legs. It's fucking dumb, man. Maybe part of me does hate this movie. This is disappointing. This is where you're going. It was again pointless filler with a stupid fucking reveal. They don't always look like people. So, does that mean at the end was a fucking bush stalking him the whole time? Or is like red light, green light, but with the flash camera? So when it flashed, it became from a person to a tree? I don't fucking know, man. Maybe it's the tree. Maybe it's the sea people. It's the sea people. Maybe that's it's like a weird. This whole thing's like a weird sequel to Sea People. Or the green slime. Or something. I don't fucking know. It's a weird remake of Day of the Triffids. I don't fucking know, man. Well, if they ever make a 4 or 5, and if Guillermo ever wants to request it, I'll be back here to give my honest thoughts. And again, this is not from a hater. I liked the first one. I was rooting for it. Rooting for sequels, but I didn't know there'd be shit like this. Do you need to see? I mean, you're not really missing anything if you don't see this. There's no vital information other than they could look like the trees. Will they walk too, like Lord of the Rings? Anyway, well, I guess technically they do move. Fuck it. We'll see you guys later. I'm done. Bye-bye for now.